Hello, my friends. My name is Ryan Freeman. Welcome to my live. Several days ago, I was at Jiu-Jitsu, and my friend Ted, my main training partner, he is a white belt, stocky, very powerful, and he fights like a raging bull. And he had grabbed me by the lapel and went to throw me over his shoulder with the full force of his body and power. He is much more powerful than I am physically, although I am more skilled. I knew I shouldn't have engaged him in this. I wasn't having a good day. I didn't even really want to be at jiu-jitsu. I had forced myself to go, but here I am, about to be hurled over his shoulder, and I stopped the force of his throw with my thumb. My thumb took the full impact on his shoulder. And although I avoided the throw and ended up choking him out, despite having a really terrible day, I shouldn't have been at jiu-jitsu. The gods had warned me not to go, but I went anyways. You've probably done similar things, and maybe you haven't. I remember seeing in slow motion my thumb just, it was not slow motion, it was very fast motion, but you know sometimes when something very grievous or very damaging is happening to your person, like you're falling off a bicycle, it seems like everything goes in slow motion. I remember my thumb just like doing this like wah 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 wah, like this weird spring-like action on his shoulder, and it bending in a way that it was not meant to bend, and I finished the roll, choking him out, but I realized later that something very grievous had happened to it. I didn't know what. I have never had a really bad thumb injury like this. So I didn't know if it was a broken bone or torn ligament or what. So the next day, I asked one of the staff at my school, who's sort of responsible for helping me out in any sort of translation and just life necessities, because I'm a foreigner in this country of Taiwan. I don't really speak the language or know the system. And I said, Maggie, I would love to get my thumb checked out as soon as possible. Now in America, I remember there have been times in my life where I've had good health insurance and times where I've had the cheapest health insurance you can get. And sometimes it was really difficult to make appointments. Sometimes it was difficult to get my needs taken care of in a timely order, unless I went to the emergency room. And then sometimes you have to wait a long time, and then there's crazy people coming in. But she was able to find me an appointment the very first day. I am a member. If you work in Taiwan, you have to enroll in this national health insurance thing. It is something nationwide that I think the vast majority of people who live in Taiwan are a part of. My company pays, I don't know how much they pay, probably about $200 a month. I pay about $45 a month to be in this, so it's fairly cheap. The amount you pay per month depends upon your salary. So yeah, I pay about $45 a month, and I had never needed to use it, and I literally just got the card the day before, and she was like, oh, okay, Ryan, I got you an appointment for today. Here, and she got me my number, so you can sign up and you get a number, just like you pull a ticket. Here's your number 1, number 2, number 3, your number 20. Here's an online portal. You can see what number they're at. This is the name of your doctor. This is the address. So it was super awesome. It was super close to where I live. It was a sports rehabilitation clinic where they had facilities to x-ray and sonogram and do all of that, because I wanted to know if my thumb had some serious damage or if it was just sprained. And so I ended up checking online after work. Okay, my number is going to be coming up pretty soon. I better head over there. Got there when they were on number 19. I was number 20, so I waited less than 5 minutes. A lot of times in America when I've used various health insurances, I've always had to fill out a lot of forms the first time I visit a clinic, just like pages and pages and packets of disclosures, and are you allergic to this, allergic to that. It was tremendous how minimal the paperwork was for my first time at this health clinic, the first time at any health clinic in Taiwan. It was about a half a sheet of paper with just a few questions. Do you have any allergies? Like very, not are you allergic to this? I mean, just very minimal paperwork. Half a page took me less than 2 minutes to complete. 2 minutes max to complete. Waited less than 5 minutes because of the efficiency of this whole system, and they sort of rushed me in, got to see a doctor. Now, this was the only bad part, is that because they're so efficient, it is sort of very machine-like. I think all modern medicine, Western medicine, is very sort of industrialized, like a conveyor belt. You go from step 1 to step 2 to step 3. You don't have a long time to talk to the doctor. So I didn't really have a long time to talk to Dr. Lee, I believe was his name. And I told him about my thumb. He did speak English a little bit. And he just sort of, this was the only bad part, he just sort of like, does it hurt this way, that way, that way, that way? Like he jerked it around a little bit until he found exactly where it hurt. But positives, I couldn't believe how rough he was with my thumb. But the positive side was he figured out exactly what was wrong with my thumb, or had a hint of it. Oh, so he sent me to get x-rays. And then also, one really nice thing about this whole process, on that little piece of paper, it said I could choose up to 2 things to get checked out. And so I had a toe that I had injured in Jiu-Jitsu that was healing a little slowly, and I thought, well, might as well get that x-rayed as well. So they x-rayed my thumb, x-rayed the toe, came in, saw the doctor. Doctor said, there's no broken bones, no fractures, so we will do a sonogram to see if there's any damage to the ligaments. So he did a sonogram, put some jelly, the nurses there, put some jelly on my thumb and all around, did the sonogram, did the same thing to my toe, no damage to the ligaments. He did see that some of the ligaments were very inflamed and swollen. So he said, listen, I'm going to prescribe you an anti-inflammation drug, painkiller, and set you up for a physical therapy program upstairs, which is just 1 floor above. It all happened very quickly and very efficiently. I didn't have a lot of time to talk to the man. In fact, when I tried to ask a question, it was like, what are you doing, man? Just get out. I've already x-rayed you. I've already told you what the issue is. So it was a little fast, but at least I found out that my thumb was just really badly sprained. Then they immediately sent me upstairs to the 3rd floor where it was nice and calm. They had this peaceful music, very soft voices of the workers, and they put me into some sort of electric stimulation. They put me on a chair, very comfortable chair, and then hooked up some electric stimulation to my thumb. First time experiencing, I'll show you a picture right here, and it was very interesting to have these little electric pulses kind of jolt the muscles and jolt the flesh all around my thumb. I guess it's apparently a way to relieve pain. It was my first time ever experiencing that. I don't know how much it helped, but it was kind of really nice to be in this calming atmosphere. It was hilarious because you see the other people getting similar treatment. Someone for their neck, they've got their neck pulled up, or someone with their back, they've got all of these weird things, and everyone is just so calm and so pleasant. I thought, even if these treatments aren't like I don't know, if they're not actually working, just the placebo of being taken care of in this calming environment cannot do any harm. And then after that, they sent me to watch TV for 15 minutes or use my phone while they put a nice ice pack with a nice towel over it. I mean, they're just treating you so well. And so all of that cost me 200 Taiwanese dollars. I was in and out of there like less than 2 hours. And 200 Taiwanese dollars, that's like less than $7 US. So $6 and something cents. I was able to get 2 x-rays, 2 sonograms, have almost no paperwork, almost no waiting time, got a prescription. I told the pharmacist I didn't want it because I had looked up the name of the medicine. I trust my doctor, but I always kind of double check. So I just looked up whether or not this sort of anti-inflammation pill would be good for the overall recovery of my thumb. And there were some studies, and the first page of Google was filled with studies and people talking about how anti-inflammation drugs do relieve the pain, but however, it can sometimes, I don't know, there's between using them for bone injuries or ligament injuries, that somehow it can lead to overall weaker tendons or weaker ligaments or whatever like that. So I was like, no, I'll just deal with the pain a little bit. So maybe that's foolish, I don't know, but I made that call, and the pharmacist was like, up to you, man, don't worry about it. It was just so nice. Everyone was so pleasant. It was so easy. It was so easy and so cheap, you know? And then I have to go for more physical therapies sessions. Like you have to go for a total of 6. And so I went again yesterday. I paid $1.75 for another round of electric stimulation, $1.75 in US. So 50 Taiwanese dollars for electric stimulation and more ice pack use. Just a very nice system, nice exposure to it. And then I went to Jiu-Jitsu, and at Jiu-Jitsu, my coach, who's had a lot of experience with injuries to all sorts of parts of the body, gave me some very nice tape to use. I was kind of down, thinking that I might not be able to train. I was able to train without further damaging my thumb. Everyone went really light with me. And when I told some of my partners that, yeah, I'd injured my thumb, and they're like, don't worry, we've got great health insurance in Taiwan. And I thought, that is so nice to live in a country where you just, you know, when injuries happen, you don't have to worry about going into debt or how you're going to pay for it or how long it's going to take to get it taken care of. Just to know that you're going to get it taken care of. I don't have any ideological arguments for or against, just a personal experience that it is very nice to have a really easy, cheap access to all of my health needs. Now, whether or not the national health insurance goes bust in the future because of debts or whatnot, I don't know. I'm just talking about my experience using that. In America, I've had some experiences where I had to wait weeks. It was difficult to get an x-ray and all of that. So thank you for watching this video. I'm not trying to start a debate, but wanted to let you know that if you ever do go to Taiwan and live in Taiwan, health insurance is fantastic for me so far. I will see you next time. My name is Ryan Freeman. Bye.